Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will be having Maninder Yadav with us, who has been recently recommended from 18 SSB Allahabad for his CDS OTA entry. He will be joining Officers Training Academy soon. So, Maninder, how are you?
Hi Chirag, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So, I think we should start now. So, Maninder, tell us about yourself, about your family background, about your educational background, what all competitive exams that you have given after 12, and what was your result in those. Also, tell us about your hobbies and interests, and in the end, also tell us that what motivated you to join the forces. You may start.
Sure, sir. बिल्कुल CIP फॉर्म में पूछ लिया. So first starting with the uh, introduction. So myself Maninder Yadav. I'm from Allahabad and my native place is Mainpuri, Uttar Pradesh. So I have four people in my family: my mother and my two sisters and me. My father was in UP police and he died on duty in 2011. And as far as education is concerned, I have done my PCM uh, till class 12, and after that I switched to BA, and that I did from Delhi University, from Zakir Hussain College. And as far as the competitive exams are concerned, I have given CDS, NDA I never cleared, and then I also gave JE, in which I scored around 73 percentile. Because of that, I got a 20 ES entry. And after graduation, I gave CDS and FCAT, and that's it. Is there anything else which I have left?
Anything here? What motivated you to join the forces?
Okay, so I live in Ghaziabad, and Indian Airways is very near to my house. So when I was young, I was very fascinated by those fighter planes, and I used to remember when I used to sit in my college assemblies, and near October 2, as Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti is there, and that Air Force Day is also preparation is also going on at that time. So fighter pilots used to go like very boldly, and I was very fascinated about them. So for first love for armed forces started from there. Then I got to know about NDA from one of my bhaiya, and I thought of starting it after 12th. And when I was preparing for NDA, and in the NDA attempts, I got to know that my age is very limited. That I can give NDA until only in the appearing attempts of 12th. So I was not having any attempts after class 12. So at that time, when I was preparing for NDA in my last attempt, I got to know about army more and more when I used to watch videos of armed forces and all. Then I got slightly motivated towards army, and that first love for Air Force uh, converted to army, and from there, uh, all all my passion was only for army, and since then I just prepared for this.
All right, Maninder, tell us about your SSB attempts, the number of attempts that you gave, how many times you got screened out, conference out, or in which attempt of yours you did get this recommendation.
Okay, so I have given two attempts. One, I went for TES entry after my class 12, and in that attempt, I got screened out. And this was my second attempt just after my graduation, and this time I got recommended.
All right, Maninder, let's talk about your recommendation attempt. So tell us, starting from the screening, what was your approach in the screening in OIR, PPDT, and in the group discussion?
Okay, starting from OIR. So I followed Nehru so well that you have to score at least 80% in your OIR. So I practiced it well before going to for my SSB. So I did it well, and then comes our PPDT. As for PPDT, we have practiced a lot in our group sessions. So I was very confident about that PPDT. So I wrote. I first of all I observed picture very well in that 30 seconds. Then there is time given for the action and writing a male, female, and that box part. For that also I utilized my time well. And after that I started writing my story. And even though when I started late, then also I completed my story well in time. So then comes our group discussion. So before group discussion, I when we were in a queue lined up for a narration and group discussion, at that time I was repeating my story well again and again in my mind. So that helped me to narrate my story well in the narration part. Then comes our group discussion. So in the group discussion, I was not at all part of chaos. When I knew that when once the GD will start, everyone will start speaking. At that time, I was just silent. I was just observing see how the things go. So in the starting, the group was creating a chaos, and within a minute, our G2 divided the group into two. So once he divided the group into two, then again also mine was group number one. Again when he started said, yes group you can go ahead. So people were again making chaos. But after 1 minute, the chaos reduces. And if you try to give a logical and reasonable uh, point in the group discussion, then people will definitely listen you. So I did that. After 1 minute, I gave a good point in the group discussion, stating that as our picture was of there were five people standing, and two people in between were having a trophy, and there were wickets behind, stumps behind. So I stated that as gentlemen, we can see from the picture that there are five people and two people are holding a trophy, and behind there are stumps. So we can go with the story of organizing a cricket match or playing a cricket match, as many of the people were on the both stories. And with this, our group discussions foundation started, and people gave more points, and we made a story around organizing a cricket match. Then again I gave one more point stating one or two actions, and in this way my group discussion went well. And uh, in the second discussion, group two, they did not have any consensus, and the final when both the groups are combined, at that time there was no kind of consensus. So G2 said, did not asked us to narrate someone for common story. In this way our screening process was done.
All right, Maninder. So now you got screened in. So let's talk about your psychological thing. So what was your approach towards the TAT? Like how many watts did you attempted? How many SRT did you attempted? And how did you prepare for ST?
As far as my psych approach is concerned, I blindly follow Nehru sir, and I remember the day before my psych psych day, people were reading different words and remembering their stories, reading different actions and a lot of things. And I was just playing basketball out there with my friends, and when I came in, again they were even some people did not slept. So try to be calm and composed, and whatever you have done, don't look for much more things. Don't over prepare for psych. है ना? So I slept well, wake up, went for the psych test. Starting with the TAT, I haven't practiced TAT even a single set because I used to do PPDT regularly. So TAT was not a big issue. And I wrote simple stories. And I also did one thing that I was completely focusing on observing picture for 30 seconds. If there are 30 seconds for observing, then I was observing it well. And then when I started writing, then also I was able to complete my stories within 2 minutes and 30 seconds, sometime in 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So at that time, I saw many people what they were doing that they were writing in, they were looking for the picture for hardly 5 seconds in writing story. So avoid that thing. And second thing comes your wet. for VET, I practiced a bit because for VET we need to be grammatically correct. For that, I practiced it well, and for around 7 to 8 sets of VET. And one more reason why I did it because I'm a slow writer, so I need to check my pace for VET. Then I wrote around uh, 58 VETs, and as far as the SRT is concerned, I wrote 39 SRTs, and I only practiced it for 1 or 2 sets for understanding how fast I'm writing. And last thing is our SD. SD I prepared it well and got it reviewed by Nehru sir. So my SD was completely sorted. And in this way, I completed my site.
All right, so let's move on towards your interview part. How was your interview? Anything, any question that you may find that it was quite a kind of a grilling questions? How did it went?
I really enjoyed my interview. I went in, and as Nehru sir says, he just go for interview with a clear mind and speak with honesty and talk as if he's your some elder, just as if you talk to Nehru sir. And so I talked with him that much freely, and I was smiling in the interview, just having. Uh, I was just listening and enjoying that process. And so some of the question he tried to ask me again and again, just like why I switched to BA after doing PCM. So I told him that I was not having that much of attempts after my 12th. So I was for NDA. So I don't want to do the same thing with the CDS. And he was first not was thinking कि नहीं नहीं ऐसी बातें कर रहा है. Then he said कि why you did not choose BSc or any other thing. मैंने कहा sir, as I want to focus on my personality now, so I focused on I switched to BA as there is not much uh, time that you have to allocate for your studies, and you can explore a number of things out there. So he was okay. Then he started asking me about my BA BA marks. So first he said, Maninder, in the starting you had good marks, but slowly and gradually they went down and then again up. So I told him that as BA was my priority much, so I gave it. I was prioritizing other things like my societies and other things well. So that is why I was having this thing. So he was quite convinced with that thing. And apart from that, he asked most of the question related to my PIQ, nothing else. And in the end, he asked a bit about army, what is infantry, and how what is the work of infantry, and question like this. And apart from that, he at the end he asked me a bit of current affairs. That what are your views on the Middle East? So once I started stating facts one by one, so he stopped me. Okay, okay, now you stop. Uh, all right, Maninder, you have we had a good talk, and I was thinking that it's just I was thinking as if only 20 minutes have passed, and when I came out, I saw that it has been for 50 minutes. So I enjoyed my interview a lot.
All right. So Maninder, now let's move on to the GTO part. We all know like you are the GTO of NFA, but for the people who have joined recently, share your experience starting from your group discussion to final group task.
Okay, so this is my most favorite part, GTO, as I have been doing this for around 3 years here, and this is the most lovely part I have of my interview. So first with the GD, I follow the strategy of giving 3 to 4 points, and good quality points, and divided in the way that if I'm giving 1 point now, then I will wait for at least 5 to 6 people, let them speak, and then I will give my another point. So in this way, you will have a goodwill that as you are not obstructing others to speak, they will not obstruct you to speak. So I does the same. I give 3 to 4 points, with the divided it well in the uh, equal throughout the GD, and I did the same in both the GDs. And one thing happened that in the second group discussion, when I was giving my second point, I was giving my point, and suddenly one person started speaking. So I again he stopped, but I fumbled and forgot to give my point. So this was much. That was pretty much about my group discussion. Then coming to GP, I wrote a plan well in time, and then when it's can come to group discussion, I again followed the same strategy that giving 3 to 5 points according to the situation, and I gave logical points, and people were convinced with my logic. As there was one thing, one person got was bitten by a snake. So people were saying that we need to take him to a hospital that is 30 kilometers away. But I was very much convinced that if a snake is there in that prominent in that region, then PHC will also have some antidote for the snakes. So I gave this point, and people were convinced. So in this way, I used to give a lot reasonable and a logical point to, and also ensure that our group is moving forward. Uh, in this way, our GP was done. At the end, I was nominated for narrating the common plan. I narrated it well, and I ensured that everyone's uh, uh, ideas which were taken by the group, I delivered them, and uh, in this way, my GP was done. Now coming to PGT, our Valli Fatta task. So I ensured that I was not doing any mistake out there, like breaking any rules. I was listening instructions very carefully and then following them very well. And in case I'm breaking any rule, then I was speaking out loud that I have broken a rule. And in case any of my team member does the same, then I speak out loud that we have broken the rule as we are participating there as a team. Uh, for the first PGT was easy. We did it. In the second PGT, what happened that there was one task obstacle, and that obstacle was a bit tricky. I gave 2 to 3 ideas. It was not working. So at that time, some people asked me to come back. So I simply just went back. We don't have to do like you have to stand there only and not let others speak and give ideas. So I went back, and then again I came in front when I got ideas. So in this way, my PGT 2 was done, PGT 3 was easy, and PGT 4 was also easy. We did it well, and then we had HGT. HGT, we did well, and there was nothing tricky there. And then comes our lecturate. I gave a lecturate on black money. As I started with the monologue, and then I go with the flow, and I delivered it well. So this was the GTO day 1. In the GTO day 2, uh, during one PGT task, I got injured, and with my shoulders, I was holding Fatta single-handedly, so I got strain in my shoulder. So I was bit nervous about individual obstacles, majorly for Rasi, uh, uh, Rasi, and but I went there with full josh, and I did 9. Uh, I forgot to do one marks barrel jump as I was as that was in between, so I forgot to do that. Rest I did all, and now comes my uh, command task. Command task was really fun. I went in, and for my command task, he first uh, asked me about myself and uh, what I was having doing in college and all, and my family background and all. Then he asked me, ki, have you taken any coaching uh, uh, for this GTO? So I told him about NFA. So he was very fascinated about uh, how you conduct online. So I told him that did it through PDF and through PPT, and he was very happy about hearing that. Then we went for the task. Uh, in the task, uh, it was a bit tricky one. He gave me one ring, one triangle, and two fattas. So we started our task. I called two people. They came and we started. And as we were in between, so what happened? I crossed one obstacle. Then when I was in the second one, what happened that my team member did one mistake that he passed me a fata just by coming on the ground. So he broke one rule. Again, he uh, put a penalty for me. And when he was instructing me, he told me that if you will do one mistake, then you will be having a penalty for 3 minutes. So my 3 minutes were deducted at that time. Then uh, in this way, my first one was done. Now, uh, commanders may we did the second one as well. And what happened that in this uh, there was a bit tricky task when I was supposed to retrieve my people, and my time was up. So he asked me whether you want to bargain time with your uh, whether you want to bargain your time for your team member or your helping material. So I chose my bargaining over helping material. Then he asked me to go out and uh, do the structure, instruct my people. I instructed them. I made a structure, but again he was saying, ki, yeah, this won't work. So I just jumped over the structure and said, this, sir, this will work. But he was saying, nahi, nahi, yaar, you are learning from your academy, so give me some better ideas. Again, I did it, but he was saying, nahi, nahi, yaar, it is not working. And he said me ki chal koi nahi, you just come out. When I was just taking one ring back, then I saw that uh, as I just pull it off, है ना, तभी वो structure अपने आप ही बन गया. So I said, sir, done. He smiled and said, don't complicate things. And in this way, my command task one was done. And when I was coming out, I saw him smiling. So मेरे को लगा GTO I did well. So this was pretty much about my GTO.
I guess GTO must have felt that we should keep Maninder for testing of 1-2 odd batches.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's coming towards your conference experience. Like what happened in the conference, what kind of questions they asked from you?
So uh, my number was called for conference. I went in. At the time when I went in, I was smiling. So the interviewing officer said that, oh, good to see smiling face. मैंने कहा, thank you, sir. Then he started initiating questions like, how was your how will you rate your task? So I told him that starting from the GTO, I did well. I would rate, and the only place where I missed was that I left one structure in the individual obstacle. The rest I did well. And then he asked about how was your psych in interview. I told him that psych went decent as I haven't prepared. And for the interview, same that I haven't prepared much about it for interview and psych, so they went well. So he asked me that why you haven't prepared for psych and interview. So I told him that sir, uh, as I've been taking coaching from Nehru sir, so he told us not to prepare for any of these things and just become a good person. Things will go pretty well. So he asked me, "Do you think you are a good man?" So मैंने कहा, "Yes, sir." Then I gave 1, 2 examples of my society, college society, as I was vice president there. Uh, so he was okay with that, and then he asked me, "So Maninder, how was your stay?" So I told him. Then he asked me, "How was the food?" And you need to tell us 2 improvement for our a mess department. So I told him that, sir, paneer was a bit watery, whereas on the other hand, non-vegetarians were having fun. So vegetarians were a bit jealous. So the whole board laughed at that time, and then my conference was done. And in the end, my name was called.
All right, Maninder, finally you got recommended. So now let's talk about NFA group activities. So you were conducting for a very long period of time, I guess around 3 years, especially the GTO sessions were as well. So how did they help you out in achieving this success?
Yeah, uh, uh, my success is only because of NFA, I believe. Because here I learned a lot. When I joined NFA, I was not able to speak in English. I was fumbling a lot. I did not have that much good organizing skills. So, first, conducting sessions let me know how to organize things and how to organize sessions. Then, uh, apart from that, it helped me to boost my speaking skills. That also helped me in my college as well. And apart from that, being regular here, you get a lot of friends and who motivate you throughout that. Koi nahi yaar Maninder, you will make it. Uh, and in this way, group activities help me a lot.
All right, now over to Nehru sir.
Congratulations, Maninder. You
Thank you so
have
much, sir.
done yourself, your family, the No Frills Academy family, we're very proud. In fact, you would have been facing a lot of burden because, आप सेलेक्ट recommend नहीं होंगे तो बाकियों का क्या होगा? तो हमारा GTO ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो did you feel this kind of pressure or you did not feel this pressure?
सर थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा लग रहा था बट मैंने कोशिश करी कि प्रेशर ना ही लूं फॉर माय अटेम्प्ट एंड वहाँ पे मैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतलब लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करता था एंड मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा फन करने की कोशिश करता था सो दैट आई डोंट थिंक अबाउट दीज थिंग्स एंड व्हेन आई वाज इन क्लास सो आई ऑटोमेटिकली डू इट वेल डिड इट वेल
तो did your group members ask you कि तूने कहाँ से ट्रेनिंग ली है तो how do you know so much about GTO and all that? पूछा था किसी ने?
हाँ जी सर एवरीवन आस्क्ड आई टोल्ड
हाँ
देम
तो कैसे क्या
एंड
समझाया आपने उन्हें?
सर थोड़ा ही पता है कि I learned it from NFA and I also conduct sessions there. So people were okay कि online भी हो सकता है. The day before GTO, everyone was saying that यार GTO can't be done online. GTO तो ऐसी चीज है जो आप जब तक फील्ड में नहीं उतरोगे ना, जब तक बल्ली फटा हाथ में नहीं आ जाएगा, तब तक तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. And their perception changed about GTO there.
So their perception changed when they saw you.
हाँ सर, a
तो
bit.
उन्हें लगा कि ये ऐसे भी हो सकता है.
हाँ yes sir.
Understood, understood. That is very, very fine. Okay. तो अब एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट सवाल है. वी आर वेरी हैप्पी कि तुम जा रहे हो बट वी आर ऑल्सो सैड कि हमारा GTO जा रहा है. So now who's the one who's the substitute? Chirag
Sir,
is the
Chirag
substitute.
only. Yes, sir, Chirag only.
So Chirag, now you are the GTO of NFA.
Sir, I will try my best.
अच्छा, अच्छा. No,
Sir, he's
your
doing a great
trying
job.
would be good enough. Like I am also trying my best to be the director of No Frills Academy, so you can also try like me.
Yes,
ठीक है
sir.
ना? थोड़ा
Yes,
बहुत
sir.
प्रयास करने से काम हो जाता है. I also don't consider myself very competent. I'm just like you, just little older in age. That's all. ठीक है ना? So that is very good. Okay. So I have nothing more to ask. It remains for me to thank Chirag and Maninder for Chirag for conducting the interview and also taking over the mantle of the GTO of No Frills Academy,
No, sir, my
and
pleasure.
Maninder for making all of us proud and living up to the pressure which is there on a long-standing group coordinator. Because group's morale is dependent on the leader succeeding. So he's done that. He set a good example for others to follow. And Maninder, goes without saying, please remain in touch with your group members. Remain in touch with me. Fine. And tell your
Definitely.
sister also not to slacken. Remain in touch with me. She cannot.
Sure, sure, sir.
Ah, tell her that she should also become a group coordinator. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. घर का वो काम.
Yes, yes, sir.
Fine. She should pull up her socks. So that is what it is. Nothing more. Thanks all of you for attending and posing your questions. Thanks a lot. Take care, all of you. God bless. Bye bye.